Hello and welcome. I am currently badge hunting in Roblox, something that I used to do and I do currently. We're currently going through a bunch of very old Roblox games. This one is pretty dead. It's a 2015, what looks to be some sort of market stall. We've already picked up all the easy badges around here. There was, touching the Santa hat was one. I think there was one over here somewhere. The fireplace was one, and the little guy over there. There's a Santa over there, and then if you climb up there and jump over this advent calendar over here, and walk all the way over to the stack of papers, that was also a badge. So what else do we have? Well, we have this what looks like smooth terrain area. I haven't gone there yet. But then we also have this here, VIP. Now I don't have the VIP shirt, and there doesn't seem to be a way to purchase it like with the other things here, where you can just click on it, mostly. That thing you can't buy, this thing you can't buy. The little owl dude who looks pretty cool, you can't buy that. So how are we going to get into the VIP? Well, we are going to do a fun little exploit. Or if I get 2 pieces of gear from this very, very convenient vending machine, I drop the second piece of gear, except it doesn't drop. I hit backspace and it doesn't work. So it doesn't work in this place. If you can't drop gear, then you can't really do it. Sorry to say. They must have updated this place or something, because I don't think that was known at the time, but maybe it was. So I'll go and get the rest of the badges then, I guess. The ones I can get if I can't clip through, which is what we were gonna be doing. There should be other ways to clip through, but I'm not very good at them, or I don't know them properly. Or some of them require a second person. I think this is a badge. Yep, Christmas cat. Nice. This doesn't seem to be anything. I'm wearing a bunch of Christmas festive stuff right now, other than the shirt. I mean, we got this pickaxe and weird crown thing. I picked them both up from free UGCs because I refuse to spend money on this game, as should everyone else. There's probably something up on this mountain, which I'm basically walking on air. Probably this sleigh. Yep, Santa's sleigh. Very cool. Let's go in here. There's probably something in here. Maybe the presents. Nope. Tree? Nope. Nothing in here. Maybe the bed. No, not the bed. There's a giant VIP sign over there. And then there's a third house we should go look in. It's kind of a shame I can't drop gear on here. Also a shame that a lot of things are just broken and ticks don't exist and stuff like that. One of these presents, all these presents I could collide with, or this one in particular. I don't know why that one in particular. It's just kind of a old Roblox thing that you can't experience anymore, a lot of this stuff. I'm not saying there should be people active in this game, because this game in particular seems pretty exclusive to seasonal event. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of games where I wish I could do things that are just broken now. Or a lot of games that get forcefully taken down. Okay. There's another badge over there. And that's a shame. Let's go over here. There's probably something on this, and this there looks like the giant VIP badge thing that I can't get. And they fixed dropping gear in this place for some reason. I didn't think that would be a thing. Oh, yep. Little snowman. Abominable snowman. So I probably can't get past this big VIP door. Yeah. Chances of me being able to clip through it would have been pretty high, but looks like they really don't want you to go in there. Which is a shame. I think that's all the badges that I can get from this place, other than ones I got while not recording. I intended to be able to drop gear when I started recording, but I guess that's not going to be a possibility unless if I could potentially drop this and then do the exploit this way, which is going to be very janky because it seems to disappear after a while. If I drop it, well, the problem is I can't get rid of it once I drop it. So even if I cause a gear desync, I have no way to get rid of it. That is an issue. Yeah, I guess we cannot exploit this place. Oh well. Let's move on to the next place. This is the place that I use to find new places to go to. We can count ourselves for how many badges we have. Cool. We can view what badges we have in particular. I found a nice place that has some cool badges. I got this VIP through using clips, and this one. I guess it's pretty elusive, which is good to know. There was another VIP that I got. I don't see it. Maybe I didn't get it. And here's the Christmas ones I just got. I don't know why that has a 3 on it. I didn't check the badge list of this place before I went to it, but yeah, so I've been just going to different places and trying to get a bunch of stuff. It's been pretty tedious. Let's spin the roulette. Find the Faces 37 reopened. Alright, let's go there. That sounds promising. And we start out and we already have something to go get. I like it. This place seems pretty old if it's got the force field at the origin point, assuming that's the origin point. We got this VIP room, which I cannot get into, unfortunately. Maybe at some point I can, but right now I don't have gear to use. I'm assuming that face I need people, and this is like one of those teamwork ones. Used to see that in badge hunts all the time. I don't know what year this place was, but it seems pretty old. Definitely pre-terrain. There is a purple face over there. The run doesn't seem to work. Oh, yep, it works. Okay, that's good. That's really good, because that means I can... Ooh, you go fast with this. Means I could probably make the jump over here if I was better at jumping. I'm like barely off from that. Oof. Well, I can't quite make it. Let's try going up here. Nope, this is not very good either. I could go... Oops. Well, at least we saw something over there. This is what Find the games used to be like. Very, very different. I see an invisible truss here. Just now noticed. This seems to go to some sort of spaceship, and also we went to the wrong side. Whoops. Used to have tons of people running around in these places, and if there was no one around, people would join just because you were playing it. It's very, very cool. It's nice, we got a face from that. I could potentially land on that little cross. I set myself to run and land perfectly on there. Nice. Set myself to run again. Now this is the big jump. Ah, we made it. Very good. I don't know what else is in this area, but I'm assuming it's... There's this. Try walking. I should be able to do that from walking and still survive, so I can get that orange one. Whoops. There's something over there. That can either just be a badge over there, or that could have been the game's thumbnail, because in old Roblox games, there wasn't really a way to set a custom thumbnail. You had to, like, you were forced to use an in-game screenshot, and so what people did was they would have a texture set to what they wanted the game's screenshot to be, and then take a picture of that. Nice. Band-Aid award. You can't even see it's a Band-Aid face. Yeah, old Find the games like this are amazing. These are good games. The new ones are kinda just, they're not terrible, but not great. Okay, we see the red one. It's over here. Nice. Looks like I don't have a choice but to fall off. Seems like this game doesn't have like a teleport option in the GUI. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. Most of the time they didn't. Anything with heavy scripting was usually a no. Because people liked their games simple. There's an interesting hole right here. Doesn't seem to do anything. Yep, it's just whoever built that forgot to fill that in. This castle is pretty cool. What's cooler is collecting this face. It's definitely some sort of skull. Ooh, a teleporter to get this little dragon face. Nice. There is something out there. I don't think that's what I was looking at. Yeah, I was looking at what was over there. It kind of does look like a badge, so that might actually be one. If it's an invisible path, I'm not even sure if it's worth going after, because trying to do invisible paths now in Roblox is really annoying. Having the green circle made things so much easier, and they removed it probably because it doesn't make any sense to keep it for mobile and game consoles as well. I'm not getting that face. I need to use the run. I'm so glad the run works. So you never know what's going to be broken in these kind of games. Yep, we got it. Very nice. And yeah, there's just no way to fix some of these things. They say they cannot fix broken scripts because they rely on things that would introduce security exploits, whatever that means. Which is a big shame. I think they should find any way to fix it would be nice, I think. So how do we get this? We have to do that kind of jump. Pretty common jump in old Roblox games to slide out and jump on to something, but you don't really see it that often anymore. Sometimes you see it, but again, I don't see it that often. Of course, shift lock was not a thing in old Roblox, at least as far as I know. I don't remember it. Might as well just look around in here, because might end up missing something. I think I saw something down this hall. Nope, that was just the ladder. I know, I've seen video after video of people complaining about old Roblox is not as good as you remember it kind of thing. Coming from people who either didn't play or just didn't remember very well. This must be the same room that we got the dragon face, I would imagine. If I look around here. Yep, there it is. Good guess. Like, I saw one video and it was pretty popular. It was some guy saying, oh, it's not as good as you remember it, and then he went to Super Nostalgia Zone, which is not old Roblox. It's trying to, like, invoke nostalgia. It's trying to bring back at least something of, like, playing the old game, but it is not accurate. There's a lot of inaccuracies. And the game selection is pretty slim. For a game that had thousands of games, like, very, very quickly. I can't seem to climb this giraffe. For a game that had a bunch of user-made content, like, really quick when the game came out, Super Nostalgia Zone just didn't have a whole lot. It was mostly just levels that were made very early on, or there was a couple ones that were just made for testing. And there is an elephant up here. I don't know how you would get up there without going on a truss or something. Feels like there should be some way to just jump higher, but I don't see it. Yeah, like this giraffe right here, there should be a way to get up here. I don't see anything. I assume you could have climbed his legs before, but it's not very easy to do now. You could try flick jumping. I'm sure that might work if you try really hard, but I don't think that's the way to do it. Flick jumping wasn't really something very common back then. Yeah, I don't think I should spend more time trying to do that. What else? Yeah, so It was just like bashing on a bunch of old games, and you could tell that the person playing it wasn't very good at them. A lot of the errors were on their part, or it was like a flaw of the game itself, as in the place that he was playing, not just Roblox as a whole. My bad. Which, I mean, like, what do you want? Doomspire. They didn't rearrange the tools the way that you like. Well, Doomspire is not Roblox as a whole. It was just one game, and you know what? People made better Doomspire maps, like, immediately after. Of course, the classic was the most well played, but there was better. I am not finding any of these faces. I'm wondering why it's so difficult to get to a lot of these. There's one up there. I can get this one. Yep, okay. Nice camouflage. There's one over there, perhaps. Yeah, I could real quick go to Super Nostalgia Zone and show off what I mean, but there's plenty of old games that definitely show off just how great this game was back then. Very creative game, and a lot of like, oh, he reviewed a social hangout place, a couple of them. One of them was, oh, the water is, you can walk through it. Now I know. A social hangout game. There was a theme park one that he reviewed, classic, and I think it was the Thrillville map. A lot of people know. And bowling alley, which, I mean, I think there is a way to reset the pins in bowling alley, but it's like a button. I missed it again. My bad. I'll go boot up Super Nostalgia Zone after this place and go look around myself, because now I'm actually curious. Doesn't seem we're making too much progress in this game. I mean, we are finding some faces, but not all of them. There's only apparently, what was it, 27 that we could get? So we did get a few. Not as many as we'd like, of course. I mean, perhaps I could... Oh, I did not get this one. That would have been bad. Just for getting one of the easiest ones. I feel like there's... Yes, there is one in here. Yeah, I'm missing a lot. I'm so distracted. So yeah, I'll check out Super Nostalgia Zone. There's other Nostalgia Simulator style games out there too, of course. That's just, I think, the most common one because it's the one that gets most recognition. I think a couple people have shouted it out before. And I think it was like a project that required a bit of work to get running correctly. So it's a good game. Let's go on over here. Ooh, there's a couple in here that we can get. And we can get a better look at whatever this was. There is a badge out there. Okay, so that's not the game's thumbnail, that is just a badge. I'm assuming that's something that you would get from a fly tool. From having the VIP. If only if we had a way to get gear, we could clip through. Or if I just knew better clipping methods. Use it while you still got it, by the way, because knowing Roblox, they are probably gonna patch it inadvertently, of course, sooner or later. That is an epic face, and that does look difficult to get to. We did not go over to that snow biome either, so let's real quick reset. Head on over there. I don't know at all what you're supposed to do to get that purple, unless if we already got it and I just forgot. Probably did. Oh, I already got that. So yeah, just places like this used to be so cool. And so, like, simplicity is something that can be appreciated, I think. Not everyone can. A lot of people think that you need things that you absolutely do not. Like, every game needs to be the best, have the best graphics, and have the best features, and it's like, are we sure we're playing the same game here? Or we played the same game back then? Because the thing that I played back then was just a fun social hangout plus a bunch of games just on their own. A lot of FPS or third-person shooter, depending on which perspective you used. What? Oh, they forgot to color that block. It's neat. I feel like I could land on that, so I'll make an attempt, and then that'll be the last thing I do in this place. There was a bunch of, like, more technical games. Like, okay, raise a pet. People want the, like, pet games. There was a bunch of pet games back then. Did I grab this? I don't remember if I grabbed that or not, but... Okay, I'll grab this. Pink face. Doesn't look like there's anything else here, and then I'll go after that tree. Ah, I did not get that. Good thing I went after it. I think that's it for this place. I remember a game that I really liked was Raise a Slime. Raise a Slime was very cool, but it broke very, very fast. Well, not fast, but it broke through updates. And it's just gone now. There's no way to really go back and play it. Here it is, Super Nostalgia Zone. There was a bunch of, like, games where you could roleplay as a pet, not adopt me, but, just other things. Things that weren't branded or were popular like people think they are. Okay, so I don't really play Super Nostalgia Zone that much. I don't really remember... Oh yeah, Cat My FPS. Just how it used to be. Secret TurboGrafx from 2006. That was a real thing. I remember trying to turn that on. Bevels, I think, is on by default. At least it is for the player. Character bevels, yep, you can turn that off, but after bevels were a thing, that was kind of just on. These are badges that don't actually exist. I didn't really play a whole lot of stuff now, did I? What is he talking about? When you click on the color, works. Whatever. Faces. Faces were a little bit late. I don't really remember faces being a thing until, like, I think heads and faces both came out together, or something like that. There's a bunch of different hats that we can wear. chef's hat. The firefighter hat is pretty good. I remember a lot of people had lampshade. Blue winter cap I had, and kitty ears I had. So of course I like cats back then. The astronaut helmet I really wanted. Head row I really wanted. It's not a lot of other hats. Like, this selection is pretty small. Striped hat, the LOL sign, the tea kettle. That tea kettle, I don't know if that's the actual tea kettle, because that looks very low poly. But these hats are very good. I like these old ones. Why don't we buy the winter cap, just because it is about around that time. There we go. So let's go to games. Let's do what I said I was gonna do. And try to find bowling. While we're at it, so the one video I watched that reviewed this place played Dodge the Teapots of Doom, which was a fun, like, mini game made by an intern. Clockwork was like an intern that never actually joined the company for long, if I remember correctly anyway. Doomspire Brick Battle, which, I mean, that was just like one of the first games you could play. And Undead Coming, which is just one of the very first zombie survivals. There was a bunch of others. Underground War, which they criticized for being too slow and not enough strategy. When I was watching, I was just yelling like, there's so much strategy you can do. You can build more tunnels to get to other parts of the map. Balance, which is literally just a demo showing off physics and not meant to be played as an actual map. They didn't review Ultimate Paintball, which is one of my favorite old maps back then. I used to play this a huge amount of time. I don't see Crossroads in here. Oh, there it is. No review of Crossroads. They said they didn't like sword fights, yet they reviewed sword fights on the Heights 4, which is a little bit strange, and then they didn't understand how swords worked. Which, yeah, like, swords did damage just on contact. You didn't have to swing the sword. Bunch of other stuff. Okay, let's go in here. This FPS is definitely... it feels familiar. Another thing is, I think a couple of those places were after the Circle Stud update. Also, this bloom definitely did not exist. Or maybe that was part of the super secret graphics or whatever. Anyway, so they didn't like this place. I mean, they kinda did, but kinda didn't, even though there's a lot of stuff to explore. It's very cool looking. And as you can see, there's no shift lock in this place. And this is really just like what you would expect from a bowling alley. So let's bowl. Let's do some bowling. Click the button. Doesn't seem to be working. We do have bevels on, so I guess that was part of the secret whatever as well. Secret graphics. I remember bevels became like a thing that everyone got. Oh, it says down there, click the black screens to regen the pins. Ah. We finally got a bowling ball. Okay. Bowl it down? Ooh. We're not too good, are we? We can get another one. Well, we hit one pin. I mean, we shouldn't go for a third throw, but let's do it anyway. Ooh. I think he didn't like the fact that you had to keep your own score, which... I mean, that's whatever. Ooh. Our throws are really off. We're doing something wrong because we're throwing it down the gutter. Maybe if I turn myself... Well, that just went... That's terrible. I'm a terrible bowler. Even though I can bowl pretty fine normally. Must be I'm facing that way. So if I face this way and bowl, let's try this and then aim this way. That goes way off. Wondering, maybe I'm going too far out. Yeah, okay, I figured out the secret. No, I didn't. Why does it go down that way so much, you know? Maybe if I go like this... Ah! I was clicking too far up there. I should have been clicking down the lane. Kind of. I mean, it worked when I was like this. Yeah, okay, we got it. So, according to the bottom down here, where he was complaining you couldn't regenerate the pins, I click on this screen, the pins are back. Well, you can actually play bowling here. So, I don't know what he was talking about. Yeah, if only if I could get these bowling physics down right. Ah. There we go. Still having trouble with it. Maybe if I go this way and I aim it like that, that only give it a little nudge. Oh, that went way off. Yep, and then they're back. What was the first thing he said? Oh, zooming in and out sucks, is what he said. You can go page up and page down. Oh, you can drop your hats in this. That's good. I think there was camera controls. There's alignment keys, which is interesting. I don't remember if alignment keys were always in the game or not, but I mean if they're here, they probably were. And there's a button to zoom in and out. As for why the camera goes zooming outwards, like flying up like that, I think that is just something that would make sense. Because when you zoom out, you have this bird eye view of where you're walking. Honestly, it seems pretty intuitive to me. I don't really have to zoom in that much to get a close view. Like, this is perfect. You can see a lot with this. I like this better than what we have today with like shift clicking and stuff. Then a lot of people played with arrow keys, which only seems to go forward and backwards. Then you would have click to move. Zoom out O key to free mouse. Or is that 0? That's the O key. Doesn't seem to do very much. Unless if that's like 0 on numpad. Definitely not. Okay. This isn't really, like I said, it doesn't emulate as accurately as you'd wish. This definitely is not real. Action. Change tool. Zoom in and out is I and O. Which doesn't seem to work. Generate dead or stuck character. Exit and return to place. Drop hat. Drop tool. Look side to side. A lot of these, just don't work anymore. Just don't even exist. Of course that help menu is not real. And then look at this, full screen. This button is just here for legacy aesthetics. Or legacy. And has no functionality. Hit F11 to toggle full screen. So yeah, it doesn't actually do much. The insert menu doesn't do anything either, and then the exit brings you back to, obviously, Super Nostalgia Zone, rather than actually leaving the game. There was no Roblox browser back then, so... yeah, I don't know, like, this is a very small selection of maps. I think the newest map here is literally this Halloween Treasure Hunt 2009, which is definitely past the Circle Studs update. Retro Studio. I don't know anything about Retro Studio. I haven't played any of these other games. So I know that there's like something with custom clients and servers to emulate old Roblox using old code. And that seems pretty interesting. I think that's a better way to play it than a custom game. A custom game is just a novelty. Alright, let's find a new place. Epic Triangle. Find the triangles. Excellent. Segue into another find game. Another badge hunt. And a small map with 4 biomes, and it looks like a cloud. Alright. That's cool. We have a run button and a sprint. Sprint seems to be faster than the running, so that's good to know. Alright, found 2 triangles. Oh, wow, this place is dark. This is definitely some dynamic lighting. So you could not get dark areas that were like that or something. I think you could, but they were very, very dark. Or not at all. I mean, the lighting up definitely changed at some point. Okay, so that's 3 triangles. There might be one on top of the house. I'll go check. Go ahead and sprint. I'm not really interested in getting badges for, like, newer games too much, because you can't really... they're not worth that much. If you make a fun badge hunt, though, I'll look at it. Honestly, I do wish there was just a compromise between legacy badges and modern games, like being able to get legacy badges or badges today that accounted for something. At least valuable is a good, somewhat of an alternative. And custom badge lists are also good. And here we go. How'd you get up here? I have no idea. But I'm here. Brings us to the next area. Might be thinking, why are they find the games? Why don't they have so many things? That's because badges cost Robux back then. Let's see what's in here. It's very dark. Yeah, I don't think things were this dark back then. Ah, Coca-Cola. People used to put all sorts of things in games that would not fly today. I still think I preferred it the old way, because you could have a lot of creativity and fun. Just compared to now, it's so plastic, not in a good kind of way. Got the transparent blue. And definitely not as creative. Nowadays, games seem to be more like current trends. Whereas a lot of people back then just, hey, I want to make a tycoon game or an obby game based around some random thing and see if I can do it. And then they tried, and sometimes it worked. Didn't have to be perfect or innovative. It just had to be some creative or just some time waster. It's fine. Nowadays everything has to be top tier, highly innovative, have all the features, or just be the theme that you want it to be. As in current trend. This temple thing doesn't seem to have much inside of it. It's a shame. Unless I missed something. Can barely clip up here. Doesn't seem to be anything up here either. This desert certainly is a desert. As in, it's deserted. Ah, green triangle. Here's something about this game in particular, as basic as it is, that no new games on the site could ever hope to be. Zero monetization whatsoever. I don't see a single thing monetized on this. I mean, maybe there is a VIP, that's what that room over there might be. But that's not really monetization because you would pay ticks for that. So, oops. Yeah, and ticks were free. A lot of people had a VIP shirt that was also free. You didn't have to pay anything for it. I don't see anything under the board. Yeah, I think we got them all. So let's find the triangles. Neat. Yeah, everything has to get money or Robux out of you. Like, no, I just want to play some games, you know? And even cool games that I found have terrible monetization practices. Like Pilfering Pirates used to not have anything that you could buy that would give you an advantage. Adventure of Mist, Part 1. Can I even go here? I guess I can. Oh, there's our You Came award. Very cool. now there's like vehicles that you can buy that give you an advantage, weapons that you can buy, um, all with Robux. There's the teamwork. I wonder if I could flick jump off of this, because there's obviously something inside this wall. I don't think I can flick jump. Sorry for shaking the camera around. Yeah, I don't care about that. What's another thing? Oh! The video that I was watching, they criticize the UI and say the current UI is much better because it is not as big and clunky and doesn't take up as much space. Now, how could I possibly defend such a thing? Doesn't that just sound objectively bad? Well, here's the difference. Back then, you played on a low-resolution monitor, a 4x3 monitor, typically with a, it's like 860 by 630 or something like that? I don't remember the monitor resolutions exactly, but something like that, and if you're lucky you would have the 1280 sized monitor. Okay, I guess we jump down here. We don't really have much of a choice. So things scaled very differently than compared to today, and also of course he's not actually playing on the real client. He's hidden badge easy. I didn't even know that was there. He's not playing on the real client, he's playing on a recreation. Death by poison. Ooh. So you had less screen space, and really the game was much smaller, and you expected that? But things were also sized appropriately. The reason why they seem so big now is because they literally don't account for your monitor being, you know, what is it, 16 by 9? And having such a huge resolution. None of that stuff was at all what it's like today, so trying to... Huh. That killed me. Oh, we start all the way back here. Okay. A lot of that stuff just... Again... It's a recreation. It's... Or a recreation. It's not, like, literally how it was back then. It's very silly to try to say otherwise. I guess I don't go into that cave, because it did kill me. Yeah, okay. Definitely don't go into that cave. Yeah, there's just no way to get some of these games back. I mean, some people do have archives of them, thanks to the, what was it, 2012 copy lock bug? And I'm thankful for the ones that were archived and are playable again. What is this? I can't seem to click on this. But I can go in here. There's a door. Seems to be a one-way door that needs a code, and I don't know the code. You also can't really break this door, or open that door, which is a shame. A door? Should I go through? Yes. Ah, you just tap it. Okay. This is an interesting place. This is definitely something that someone made. I wouldn't say their first map, but they definitely wanted to make something kind of an adventure. And I'd say this is pretty interesting to walk around in so far. It's very basic, and I think I just somehow got to an area that I'm not supposed to, even though it obviously wanted me to go here. What on earth? Well, I wouldn't say this would ever have been a popular game though. This is something that you would find in the catalog, play, and probably just die like that and then give up. Which I think we should do, because there's no way we're getting through this entire thing after that. I could potentially get up there and jump down, if there's a way up there, but we did get the welcome badge, and that's good enough for me. So, let's go find more places. I got all day to do this. I could do this for hours. So let's find a new badge. Welcome, Stone Snake. Sounds good to me. Let's try it out. Someday we'll hit that top badge leaderboard. Someday. I didn't get a badge. However, I do have a gun, which doesn't seem to do much, and a purchase tool, which doesn't also seems to not do much. Now you might think that the games back then sucked because none of them work now. Actually, I mean, this stuff used to work. And it was kind of cool. Sure, it wasn't as, like, fancy. I'm trying to look under the grass for any badges, of course. It wasn't as fancy as it used to be, or as fancy as it is now. You don't have big flashy lights, and do you want to buy a Game Pass? Would you like to favorite this game? And then a bunch of, like, custom music, which was... Custom music did not last long back then. It got shut down pretty quickly, and we only had a few select tracks to choose from. But they were pretty good tracks, I tell you what. I don't see any badges whatsoever. That is a big tree. Let's go inside that silo or whatever that is. I feel like this game was some sort of zombie survival, or maybe you would shoot against snakes. I mean, that is what the game is called, Stone Snake. This is just a world to explore. I mean, it's pretty empty, but definitely you had a bunch of worlds like this with more stuff in it. There is a gemstone. Or at least what it seems like. This seems to just be a structure. The gemstone. Very cool, but I came here for badges. I suppose there could be something over there. I don't think I got my welcome badge, which is a shame. I saw people had it, so at some point it did work. But I suppose it's broken, just like a lot of things. Like this gun. Broken. A lot of games are just removed for copyright and stuff, even though they were original on their own, even if they did use copywritten characters, like all the Pokemon games. Click using purchase. Buy stuff here. Okay. Use purchase tool. I don't seem to be able to purchase anything from this though. It's a shame. No idea. Turret cart. I have no idea what that would do. I mean, other than what it suggests through the name. I mean, it's a cool place. I just wish it functioned. Of course, it has a heavy dislike. A lot of older games I find have heavy dislikes. And go figure, they don't work. Oh, and sometimes the owners of a place would take it down. LOL at badges 200 plus. Alright, maybe this one is good for badges. Oh, that is a lot of badges. This is definitely a badge walk. And you can move the badge. I could potentially push this off of the map. Seems to be two badges stuck together actually. Yeah, that's a jump coil. It's a jump coil in like a 2014 or a 2015 Giver, and you don't have to pay for it. Imagine getting a jump coil in a game and not having to, you know, spend Robux, buy a game pass. Interesting, some of these aren't giving badges? None of these are giving badges. Oh, these ones are. This is definitely a fever dream kind of place. I would not want to wake up here. You have the big monolith standing there. A bunch of LOLs just lined up everywhere. A huge stack of LOLs. Problem with getting a bunch of badges in modern Roblox, I think ever since 2 years ago or last year, they put a limit on how many badges you can get at once. There are scripts to get around it, but obviously a place as old as this, no one would know. And this one I can move, that's cool. I love the idea of a badge giver that I could just push off and then no one in the server could go and get it again. Till of course the server resets, but yeah. Does this kill me? Nope. It does give me a badge, which is interesting. Nice. So many badges from that. There's a stack that I've already gathered from. Tycoons were a lot different too. I mean, they were all conveyor tycoons, although there was some that weren't occasionally, but they all had different premises. And the buttons that you would buy in the Tycoons would do different things. A lot of like decoration. And that's not the only video that I saw that was saying like, oh, old Roblox actually not as good as you remember it, guys. Even though I have pretty distinct memories of how it was. Because, you know, I kind of played it for days, if not weeks, and watched other people around me play it. Played it with friends, played it with people who I never met. Introduced people to it. Played it with people that, well, didn't play it with people, but like heard people talk about it that I had only just met. All sorts of things. We used to play Solar Conquest. Well, I would play it alone. And what would I do in Solar Conquest? I would go and build. Solar Conquest, if you don't know, is one of the good classic games. Actual good classic games. You would have ships and planets, and you could fly around between them, and they each had their own blocks to build from. This is a good stack. I can't really get it out of this chain, though. You could mine. Well, you could claim points on a planet, and that would start mining. And what would people just do? They would just mine and fight each other? No, sometimes they would actually, like, make alliances and try to, like, pretend that they're this alien space culture. It was pretty fun. It was usually based around what color they were, like the red planet had lava and a lot of spiky black details, so that would be like a warring culture. And they'd allied with the orange people, or the orange planet. The orange planet was kind of a big desert. Then there was a neutral faction that you could join. And you could also fly up and build on asteroids. And there was planets that weren't attached to a single faction that you could go and... there's definitely a badge down where I can't get it. That's a shame. Well, actually, I do have this, and the teleport doesn't work. The super jump doesn't work. Yeah, there's something down there. I would assume you would teleport to get that, but no can do. I could go play Solar Conquest. It's still up, and there's a sequel now, apparently. But, yeah, like, that was something that was really cool back then. And there was games that were like that, which are lost. Or forgotten. It's basically the same thing. Skate park and oh, jeez. What do we have here? Step on stake to regen? Is this a badge? This is definitely like late 2000s, pre-2011 kind of game. Something that's like cool, but no one would understand it nowadays. Give him a little hug. He didn't have anything for me. Look at all this stuff that I can buy. There's a shadow here. Must be this is casting this shadow here. Is there a badge down there? What? Oh, yeah, there's like a flapjack or something. No, you hidden badge. Yeah, I found it. Nice. Reset button works? You love to see that. And something still functions. That's always good to see. Skate park and shop. And what will we find at the skate park? Skateboards. What kind? We have this Roblox one, and then we have the two memorable ones, the Disney XD. Do you remember Disney XD was like 2008, I think. It was sooner than that, but they had a collaboration with Roblox. I think it was the first big license collab, along with a contest where you could design your own skate park. This was probably one of the submissions. Builders Club board, Turbo Builders Club board, and Outrageous Builders Club board. Skateboards are free, but you have to have the amount of points because you lose the board every time. I assume every time you die, so once you get 50 points you can just buy the Builders Club board over and over. And then these must be custom ones. Skateboards, unfortunately, do not function anymore. They do not do anything. You can drop it, pick it up, doesn't do anything. That's a big shame. Because skateboards were fun. They had their own interface and everything, and controls. They were a little bit janky, but I remember them actually not being too terrible. Here we are at the Hall of Fame, apparently. In this guy's house. This is pretty cool. Got a little thing swirling around this that's spitting out sparkles. It's got... Jeez, yeah, this is definitely a 2008 experience. It's even got a Wii with a interesting remote that's facing the wrong way, and he's playing Rayman Raving Rabbids. You don't see this kind of stuff anymore. It's a dog, I think, that he likes. Interesting couch. This must be some sort of a ride. You can get dizzy on that. These are definitely balls, which I guess is what this game was named, Balls of Doom. A nice little treadmill. Is that what treadmill things look like? That interesting. I've never seen a treadmill with that before, but it seems to work pretty well. I don't know what this is. Oh, this leads to the Hall of Fame. Longest in-game time, 277 minutes, and it's got a Guinness World Record. It's pretty cool. Here's the mods. Restricted area. Oh, don't go in there. It's restricted. I could potentially go in there, but I don't think there's anything to do in there. There's that ugly Kirby again. He really likes that ugly Kirby picture. Oh, this is pretty cool. So you would get in here and it would like roll down where it's supposed to. Oh, there it goes. That still functions, kind of. Now we're just stuck in the ball forever, but I'm gonna fix that. What do these do? Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, how could you hate something like this? This is awesome. This ramp works half the time. Oh, let's see if it works this time. For some reason, jump is the command. Oh. I'm gonna assume that worked. I saw a badge. Where was that? It's at the skate park. Now, how am I gonna get that without the skateboard is the issue, because, you can't really go very fast without it. And that jump definitely does not look doable. He really likes that weird hyper-realistic Kirby. It's kind of spooky, but kind of funny. Ah, there's just no way to go get that. Well, at the very least, we can push this down. It might be somewhat entertaining. There it goes. And stop short. Ah, what a shame. It looks like a cool badge, but I think that's the only badge that we could get was the "You joined." I guess another thing is people don't realize to be nostalgic for something old, you have to have experienced it once, otherwise it's fake nostalgia, right? It's more like you see something new that you haven't experienced and you wish you could experience it. And like, that's fine, just don't call it nostalgia. So this is the legacy badge leaderboard. We're not great, but we'll get there. If I count myself. I'm at 11,000, 12,018. And now I have 20,000 badges. Very nice. Thanks for coming, wartime? I'm gonna click this button a bunch and hope I can find some sort like old tycoon. It's gonna take a while, unfortunately. Yeah, someday I want to be on this leaderboard. As unlikely as that is. If I had my old account, if only. But they really don't want my old account to exist, because they kinda deleted it. Random badge of welcome. Escape the hotel obby. Maybe I should go play that. Alright. Let's go. We are definitely in a hotel. And I did not get any badges. It's a cool desktop environment. We have what looks like Windows Vista. You might say it's Windows XP, but it looks too shiny to be XP. Unless it is some sort of theme that I don't remember, but yeah, it's green and blue, but it looks too shiny. Vista had a shiny look to it. We also just completely broke it. AFK tool? Oh, that's neat. Alright, what's this? None of this works. You cannot get any of this to play, unfortunately. This was like old music that Roblox was known for. And a lot of places would have them. Not every place. Some places only have one. But yeah. Okay, so we're in here. I assume we get a badge for beating the map. Also, now that I think about it, this looks good to wall clip with. This looks really good to wall clip with, so that's nice to have that option. This part of the obby is called the hallways. Nice little message box GUI. It's pretty cool. Update 1.3. Believe it or not, I actually do remember checking games for updates. Seeing that sometimes there would be a game that says it went up a version. Even though it didn't mean anything. It was nice to see people cared enough to update their games. They still do, but yeah. This is definitely an interesting room. Oh, we found the kitchen, apparently, and the kitchen seems to have a lot of smoke makers in here. Can I go over here? That was not a good idea. Well, the kitchen seems to be on fire, so I think I'll just go this way. It's really cool. I loved places that had lava that didn't instantly kill you, but would like take off some of your body parts. If I go here, now my legs are gone. And then you could just play the game like this. It was awesome. Is that a Ford? Or a Chevy toilet? That's definitely interesting. The sewers. Okay, this looks disgusting. Yeah, this is really cool. Like, seeing a place like this that's still at least is somewhat functional. That's where we started. So if we go this way, we can go over here. Oh, I miss the old text or chat box. Not the one that was in Super Nostalgia Zone, but still had the colors, and if you joined a team, your chat color would say or be that color. It's just how old games worked, using what they had for the engine rather than re-scripting everything. Okay, so we don't go that way. We may go this way. It's a form of cheating to use shift lock to see everything, but it is definitely something you can do. I'm just surprised that, like, you can do this. How do we get up here? We don't have legs. I have to use the reset. The reset tool doesn't work. Sometimes they wouldn't. We'll have to re-find where that is. Without losing our legs, of course. This leads all the way over here. That's so interesting and strange. And that's the kitchen. Well, with shift lock cheating, I can definitely find my way around. We didn't do any wall clips at all. That's a shame because I wanted to show it off. I could potentially do it with this sign that I have. The AFK tool seems perfect for it, as long as I can drop it, and I can. And it has collision. It has good collision for clipping. That's really nice. The pool. Oh, it's a tightrope. It's a good tightrope. It's not a tightrope that I'll fall through and stuff. I wonder if the texture, the cross texture, not the studs, I wonder if that cross texture was always like that. Because there was another texture, or not texture, but it was basically a surface type. Surface types used to be really important. There was a surface type called glue, and some games would use that glue surface type as kind of like its own texture. And at some point they deleted glue, and it was basically the same as this one. I forgot what this one was called, but basically it was a universal kind of, it attaches to things for the physics engine. Oof. Well, that killed us. I should probably reset again. Interesting, this uses glass, or ice. That's either ice or something else. There was also universal studs, which did not attach to flat surfaces, but glue and whatever the cross one would. Universal studs would attach to anti-studs and regular studs. That is a rough jump. There was also connector and motor. Ooh, I messed it up again. There was a, like a, how would you say it? What? I clipped on it again? Oh, don't tell me this is gonna be really tough. Hinge. That's what it was. You make door hinges very easily with the hint. Oh, that is not nice. That really does just clip onto you, whether you want to or not. That's not nice. Well, who wants to test out doing this clip, because we're going to clip through this wall. So how do we do this? How do we do this? We put something onto slot 1, and it might not show up, but I'm going to jump and land, and I'm going to freeze the game by holding my mouse on the minimize button on the top. You can't really see that, but it's up here. And then I'm going to drag it onto something that isn't a button on the top ribbon, so like this entire space, and then I'm going to, when I'm doing that, I'm still holding, I'm going to tap 1 twice, like this. So, ready? This is what it's going to look like. Do that, drag my mouse here, 1, 1, let go. Now, it could have worked. What we're going to do is we're going to hit 1 and then backspace, and it didn't work. You'll know it'll work because, well, I'll save it for when it works. So, jump, 1, 1, 1, let go, and it worked. So now I'm not holding on to this tool, but yet I am holding on to it. And what this has done is it is essentially turned into a solid block, so I cannot walk into the wall like this. You can see it's really janky looking. I don't know what that sparkle is over there, but that's weird. So how does this help me get through walls? First of all, let's make sure this is where I'm supposed to be clipping through. Yes, it's back here. Okay, so here's how we do this. We make sure you have a second tool like this that holds this out so you can actually walk back here. I don't know why I'm missing a leg, but that doesn't really matter too much, I hope. Now that you have this like this, you're going to put in command dance /E dance 2, no space between dance and 2, like this. So now what we did is we waited for a certain frame, otherwise we hit back against a wall like this. What we want is we want him, the character here, when he's like that. So here, 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 here. When he's facing the most over here. And you'll know that you did it right because his little arm here will be kind of like facing up like this. And you want to freeze it like that. That's perfect. Now you want to hit shift, put your mouse over here or leave it here, hit space and D. Just hold it. And that should work. And if it didn't work, you have to do it again. Make sure you can get it. Hit /E, dance 2. I like to do the dance and then let go of the tool. You have to let go of the tool, otherwise you won't change your position. There's ways to do it without having to do dance, which is fine if you can do that. You want your camera. The camera angle is specific because you're going to be hitting shift and that's going to reposition you based on the camera. So this is a good spot. Shift and then the direction. So in this case D and space, and that should have worked. The other option that you have is to do that. Sometimes that doesn't work, depending on how thick the wall is. I think this wall is literally just one stud. Your other option is to freeze the game, hit shift, and let go, and that also can work. And well, we almost made it. We had to do everything over again. First step, give ourselves an extra AFK tool. And of course, burn ourselves to death. Unfortunate. Give ourselves a second AFK tool. Thank goodness they added this. What would I do without this, you know? Jump. 1, 1, let go. It didn't work. Try it again. Sometimes it doesn't work. You have to be somewhat close. Like, this is really good. Yep, that was great. And then we picked it up, which reset our progress. Sometimes that can happen too. Yeah, that didn't look like it was gonna work. You have to be very, very, very close to picking up the tool to cause this. This is what's apparently called a desync. I think the reason I pick it up is because I reposition myself when I drop it. So that absolutely should work. That did not work. This process is very, very tedious. Whoops, didn't want to instantly pick it up. Sometimes it just happens. If you don't get it the first few tries, that's fine. I see often people try to say, well, why doesn't it work on mobile? I want it to work on mobile. Ah, I picked it up again. You know what? It's probably because it leaves a copy of it over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this here. You can also walk into it. Jumping just is more consistent, I think. Just going to walk into it like this. Jump. 1, 1. Nice. Remember, it's this wall here that we want. Pick it up like this. Make sure we're flush with the wall. Ready? So freeze, shift, let go, and then spin out. I didn't make it. Maybe I'm too close to that, to that side. I think that's it, yeah. If I do it more closer to the lava, that'll definitely give me better results. So go ahead. Jump. Make sure you're not shift locked when you jump, because you're gonna mess up your camera and not know what's going on. Mess it up. Try it again. The way with dance is for more specific stuff. Thicker walls. And the like. Also, not having a tool that's shaped like this would really help. I mean, the AFK tool is good for doing the actual clip, but for facing against the wall, we would want something else. Nice. So remember, we gotta do it over here. As long as I can get over here, we did it. And we made it. This is gonna be interesting. I might get... Why did we die in here? Oh. Yeah, that would kill me. Be on the lookout. Guests are missing from their rooms. Again, the boss made sure the room was locked up tight. I'll stay here and make sure they don't come out this way. So they added lava to the floor to kind of like be a way that you get caught. I see. And then they added this kind of wall hug section as its own obby. Very nice. Now we're going to drive to freedom, which could also just be broken. You never know. I like these cars. These are great cars. With square wheels. Were they supposed to have square wheels? I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's just a little weird. As long as we can make it. And we're a winner. I don't see a badge for waiting for us, but I do see no badge waiting for us. What the heck? Maybe it's in here. Nope. Well, we have face painters. I like this little Animal Crossing face. It's like the villager from Animal Crossing. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's pretty good. We got like a little Lego face. This is something I expect from a little Lego character. And some of the classics. It could also be like, I don't know. The no face. Oh, it's actually this tongue sticking out face. A scar. A bunch of like old custom faces that, or these aren't custom, but they're pretty popular. Back when faces were given out. Bunch of tools. Very nice. You know, cheeseburger. A police baton. A broken gun. Here's another thing about old games is, so I'm facing this way. And yet the bullet goes that way. This way? The bullet goes that way. Why does it go that way? In old games, there was, for some reason, the tools all had their script for checking for location, kind of like aiming and stuff, maybe location of cursor. All of them now just head towards 000. At least I assume is 000. And there's nothing you can do about it. All of them are just broken. So that's a shame. I think this is like a hook shot? No, it's a space gun. Cool. Oh, body morphs. These are cool. They don't work. They probably used to. Sometimes. I mean, they broke pretty often. A bunch of food items. Did I already grab all these? Probably not. Fly. Oh, I hope this works. It does not seem to function. Of course. The way that fly tool usually works, at least in older games, is you would point at a place and your character would go and fly at that direction. So if that's not working, then something is up with the aiming for sure. What else do we have? A nice gun. This actually functions. That's interesting. I go into first person. There's no way to use the sights, but it does have a reload. Oh, Q actually does zoom in. That's interesting. Does it in a weird way. Got a couple more guns here. Absolutely an M9 and a Morita. Looks like the Morita is very broken. This is only shooting in this direction. Same with the M9. That's a shame. Two things broken. I think these were supposed to be planes. Or maybe they were cars. Well, they don't seem to exist anymore. Probably using models that don't exist. Oh, geez, yeah, this fly tool is very, very broken. I don't think I can, jump down. Not the worst. I definitely could use that to get over there, but what on earth is going on with my torso? Oh, another thing. Because I have the controller plugged in, I have a controller plugged in. Now every time I reset, because I use the menu, I no longer have control of my character, which is a little silly. Just because I have a controller plugged in does not mean I should be punished for it, I think. At least until I open an interface again, like that one. So I want to go in there, but can't seem to. At least I can look around, right? I see a hammer, ban hammer, and that's about it. The ban hammer I don't think actually bans people, but it's neat that they put something like that in there. No badges here. What the heck? They are unobtainable. Oh, here's that thing about the game screenshot, as I mentioned earlier. Here's an example of one. The person making the game would probably fly up and take a picture like this, and that would be the game's screenshot. So yeah, this video has gone on for almost 2 hours, so I think I'll wrap it up. I'll take a drive out into what this looks like, a desert. So let's get in here, and can't seem to have difficulties steering left or steering period. It's pretty odd. Also, these wheels are going crazy fast. I mean, when you have square wheels, I assume it's pretty hard to steer, yeah. Gotta check out this house over here. Ooh, Wipeout. Okay, this looks like something straight out of CS Classic. Counter-Strike Classic, that is. Awesome. So I think that's it for this game. We escaped the hotel. We did so with a little bit of unconventional tactics. We did not get a reward for it, unfortunately. Unless if it's on... like... no. No reward. But whatever. We have proof that we did it at least. Thank you for putting the AFK tool into this game, because it really helped. So that's neat. See you next time.